Hello guys, welcome to another video. In today's tutorial, we're going to introduce a very good project. It's from OpenAI and it's called Symphony. So this is very similar to the PaperClip and also the Multica projects that we introduced in other videos. The difference is that Symphony is a mission control but without the project management built in. So it uses a third-party project management system. It's called the linear.app, which we're going to talk about later in this video. So the Symphony only does the orchestration with Codex as a coding agent by default. And so this video, we're going to talk about how this works and also show you guys how it looks like. And that being said, let's get started. So to run this project, it's actually pretty simple. Go to the Elixir folder because this is actually built by Ollama. And so if you go to the Elixir folder, there's a pretty good introduction of how to install it and how to run it and how it looks like. So if you go to the screenshot, essentially this is how it looks like if you run this Symphony project. And there's also a run section. This is how you set this up. So it's very straightforward. So if you use Ollama instead of OpenAI, they're a little bit different configuration, but we're not going to cover that in this video. And so we're gonna just show you guys this project, what's the best part of the Symphony and why it is different than PaperClip and also Multica. So the Symphony, there's a very important concept is workflow. So this is quite different than the PaperClip and Multica as the agent mission control systems. So the Symphony is largely based on the workflow to define. Also, you can see there's a last command here is symphony workflow.md. So the idea of Symphony is build everything from a workflow, so you can leave everything behind with the coding agents, so you never worry about that again. Instead, you can just focusing on the tasks and also the business initiatives, and that is managed by the project management system called the linear.app. First, we'll go to the linear.app to see how you can set the different tasks, and then we'll go to the workflow to show you guys how to build a workflow that you can run with the Symphony. So if you go to the linear.app, the website, you can just register an account. It is free, and create a project and create issues for that project. For example, we created a project and also we created a few test issues. So the project is called Test Symphony, and if you go to issues, you can see that we create a few issues, but we're gonna assign one for the to-do list, which is gonna let the Symphony to work on. So this is a very simple task to create a report to research web for a similar project that we're gonna download and define in Symphony. You can define the project in here or give it a GitHub repo, but we're just gonna define everything inside the Symphony's workflow. So this is a project that we defined. So after everything is completed from the project management system, and you need to get an API from this linear.app. So just copy the API and also paste it inside the environment variables. You can define it in bash RC, you can define it in anywhere in the terminal. So that's needed. So let's go back to the Symphony. So if you run Symphony, so basically a very important thing is to define the workflow as I mentioned earlier. So to get the offshore template in the Symphony, there is a workflow.md file. You can find it in the Elixir folder. So the workflow file defines a full scope of the things that you can use inside the workflow. So you can see there's tracker, there's kind, there's project Slack, which is the linear.app Slack. So just get it from the project URL. There is the workspace. So this is where all these different files and work progress is going to be configured, and also it's like sessions, but instead of sessions, it basically put different task IDs inside the workspace. For example, if you have the issues defined as Pro 7, Pro 1, Pro 2, basically they'll create different folders as Pro 1, Pro 2, Pro 3. So for example, it's the issue number. And so if you look at the other fields that define in here, so there's a hooks. So this is the command that you run before you start all these different workflow. So in this case, you can define anything you want. For example, if you want to work on one project, you can define 5 tasks inside the linear.app and also define a project in this after create section. So this will create or download or clone the project you want to work on, and the Codex will fetch everything from the linear.app, the project and task information, and start to work on this project that you downloaded based on the definition that you defined in linear.app inside those tasks. So you can define agents. So the agents you can define like multiple concurrent agents, like 10 or 2, depends on your capacity of your device. So for each agent, it's going to assign to a task. So for example, if you define 5 tasks inside linear.app, you can define 5 agents. They will work simultaneously. So if you define like 1 agent, it will work in sequence, task by task. Also, you can define the max turn and also the Codex. So this is something you have to define. Just follow the define in here and also change the command based on your configuration. If you use a different third-party LLM provider, maybe Ollama, maybe Cloud, maybe OpenRouter, you can define it in here. So Codex has this configuration. You can check out the documentation in the developers.openai.com so that you can figure out what are the right configuration for a specific usage case. And so that's how you define it. Also, you can specify the prompt for the agent to work on. So these are all the very detailed, very good documentation for the workflow.md. So just make a few changes inside the few lines of this workflow.md based on your specific project need. Then you can start to work with it. So let's try a few very example. Let's go to the Visual Studio. Let's run one example for it. So we define a workflow just to show you how this works, and you can define it anywhere on the machine and just give a path to the Symphony. For example, we want to clone this sample from GitHub samples.path workshop, and we just want to run it with a third-party LLM provider, which is Ollama, and also we just want to make sure that everything runs smoothly. So we have a approval policy. We don't need to approve anything, just let it run. And also everything else is from the standard workflow template. To run it, you just have to run one command. Go to the Elixir folder after set up everything and run this one-line command. It should be good to go. So if you copy and paste this command, and then you can just hit enter. So this will start the Symphony. Symphony will read the project. You can see that we defined Pro 7. So that's the issue number, and you can see the stages to do. So it doesn't actually work on other stages like the backlog or finished. So just they will work on the to-do list, and you can see that everything got started, and they will actually create a folder inside the workspace that we defined, which is the Symphony workspace. So once everything is completed, we'll add everything inside that Pro-7 folder. So we'll see that in a little bit. So you can also see that there's a project path, which is the issue that we define in this test project. There's a next fresh, so they're fresh by interval. So to basically check out all the different updates from the project management system and the fresh the data and ask the agent to do the work. So you just have to focus on the project management and business side, so you can leave everything to the agents, which is awesome. And the pro library details for the tokens used, session and events, and it's very nice. So you can see also the time that it ran. So if you have multiple agents, if you have multiple tasks, it will list it in here as they see in the README. So we showed earlier in this video. So that should be how this works. So let's refresh to see if it shows up for the Pro 7. So you can see that Pro 7 is being added, and also the project is copied. You can see that Path Workshop is copied. And so just wait for the task to finish to see the project gets updated once in a while. And you can see that the report is generated correctly in this folder, and you can see that the quality is pretty good. So it's actually exactly what we're asked to do, generate a report with research dash the date and time. So hopefully this is helpful, and if you do like this video, please subscribe, like, or comment if you have any questions. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, and see you in the next one.